I just sat down because I was like, I got to put that drink down because
Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family. Tate's life, I look like the crazy father, just like they said.
Richard says he was surprised as anyone to see Will attack Chris over joke, and so was Serena.
They say that you'll find the light after every dark tunnel, and Will Smith is no exception. After enduring a terrible past few weeks following the infamous event at the Oscars, the celebrated actor has received some good news from Serena Williams, who is okayed a sequel of the award-winning movie King Richard. So do you think the project will be a success? And what does the entertainment world think about this quick turnaround? Let's find out. Serena already has a central plot in mind. In an exclusive interview with Insider, the Grand Slam champion shared that she'd love to see a follow-up film to the biopic, which centers around Serena and Venus's father and coach, Richard Williams. The tennis athlete has an ideal sequel in mind, where the next installment further explores their separate career paths. This prospect has elated Will, and he's ready to make the best of it. King Richard had a perfect ending with Venus on the tennis court, she told the publication. As for what would come next in part 2 or 3, Venus goes in her direction and I go in my direction. It's two completely different stories. Will Smith portrayed the sisters' father in the film. Back in December, the famous tennis sisters sat down with Pop Sugar and revealed that they were very pleased with Smith's portrayal, and they're ready to give him another chance despite Will facing a 10-year ban from the Film Academy. There are so many special moments throughout the film, but one of the highlights of seeing King Richard is Will Smith's portrayal of our father, Venus said. The tennis star said they were both excited to see him take on the part. When he signed on to the role, we were definitely excited because he's the real deal and he surpassed all our expectations, she added. He truly did his part to understand our dad and embody his spirit. However, they weren't the only ones blown away by his outstanding performance. At the 94th Academy Awards, Smith took home the Best Actor award for King Richard, marking the first time he's ever won an Oscar. Directed by Ronaldo Marcus Green and written by Zach Baylin, the movie was backed by Tim White, Trevor White, and Will Smith. It earned 6 nominations from the Academy Awards, 7 nominations at the NAACP Image Awards, 6 nominations at the Critics' Choice Awards, and 4 nominations at the Golden Globe Awards. And that is something anyone would want to replicate. The professional tennis player noted that a potential continuation would show the contrasting experiences between her and sister Venus, 41. I had a rough journey, Serena added. I didn't do well, and then I did. It's a lot of drama. It's a telenovela. In 2021, King Richard explored the true story of Richard Williams' successful attempt to raise his daughters into gifted athletes. The patriarch, 80, was played by Smith, 53, who went on to receive critical acclaim for his portrayal. King Richard focuses heavily on Richard's dedication and effort to ensure that his daughters are able to compete at the highest levels of the competition, despite not having access to as much generational wealth and resources that many other white professional tennis players have. The film also dives into the efforts of Richard and his wife Brandy to make sure that their daughters don't face burnout by engaging in a professional tennis career too quickly. The ending of the film shows Venus's first professional tennis match against opponent Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Although Venus loses the match, the film ends with several shoe sponsors waiting to meet with Venus and an epilogue that describes the eventual success that both Venus and Serena will go on to have as professional tennis players. Will Smith, a Philadelphia native who was also a producer on the project, made headlines when he was involved in an altercation at the 94th Annual Academy Awards. In late March, Rock, 57, made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith appearing in G.I. Jane 2 because of her shaved head. Pinkett Smith, 50, who has alopecia, rolled her eyes before Smith approached the stage and slapped the comedian. Shortly after the incident, Serena reacted in a since-deleted Instagram story video that showed her wide-eyed reaction to the slap. "I just sat down because I was like, I gotta put that drink down," she wrote in a second clip. Her father, Richard, for his part, questioned Smith's actions on camera through his son, Chavoyta Lassane. "We don't know all the details of what happened," the tennis coach's son told NBC News on his behalf at the time, "but we don't condone anyone hitting anyone else unless it's in self-defense." After the Men in Black star issued another apology on social media directly to Rock, he later announced his resignation from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Serena notes that although she believes there is an opportunity worth pursuing in continuing the King Richard franchise, she's aware that there's a discomfort that may accompany a biopic that draws more focus to herself. Reliving past hardships is not easy for anyone, but having to do so while giving creative input on a film about oneself, as Williams will likely have the opportunity to executive produce future films, is certainly not an easy task. That being said, having people such as Venus and Serena who are still alive and willing to participate in telling their stories makes future biopics about themselves have the opportunity to be told from a more honest and authentic perspective. Venus and Serena openly approving of King Richard's portrayal of their family and also being attached as executive producers show that it's possible to make a biopic that is both inspiring and ethically involves those lives who are being shown on screen. Viewers will have to wait to see whether a potential next film in the King Richard franchise begins production in order to see how the Williams sisters continue to tell their story. In our upcoming videos, we'll be bringing you the latest news on this possible sequel, so be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any of them.